Disability Presentation Autism by Brittany Krieger. Autism can often also be considered ASD or Autism Spectrum Disorder. It is a disability that is very common due to its wide range of effects. A short, simple definition would be a developmental disability that causes differences and can be a genetic condition as well as change the way most people develop. Some common expectations that can stem from autism are the significant development disability of verbal and nonverbal communication or social interaction and a child's academic performance. Although there would seem to be some explanation and knowledge on where and how autism comes from and works, some are not yet known yet because of the wide spectrum it does have. ASD is a developmental disability. Some common expectations that should be looked for concerning signs and symptoms of this disability would be different ways of paying attention, moving, learning, restricted or repetitive behaviors, issues with interaction, or social communication. Most often, the diagnosis for this can often be done early on in a child's age, such as 18 months or younger. Most commonly, though, by the age of 2, if not older. After all the final tests have been completed, the diagnosis is normally not provided until a child is of 2 years or older concerning the diagnosis for ASD. Some students or children with autism may excel very well in academics, while others may struggle. This can depend on what end of the spectrum they are on and other factors concerning their diagnosis. Concerning the criteria for qualifications and idea for autism, a student must be eligible for special education under the ASD category by demonstrating qualitative impairments through communication, social interaction, restrictive interest, and repetitive activities. Along with those qualifications, the students must be observed and show these impairments that cause concerns for functioning in their educational setting and that then lead to the requirements of specialized instruction. Often either inclusive or self-contained classrooms for a student with special needs or disabilities really depends on that individual student and their diagnosis, IEP, and what setting best benefits them. That being said, most oftentimes, concerning students with autism, they are often included in general education classrooms, which is inclusive classrooms. This is because they have that right to be taught in an inclusive classroom, and inclusive classrooms help them to interact with peers, stay on task, and provide them the least restrictive learning environment. One interesting fact I find concerning autism is the possibility and likeliness of some highly intelligent students who are diagnosed. Oftentimes, autism correlates with a measure of some mental disability, but through multiple studies and research, autism can also be an ally for high intelligence. It's interesting because, as previously mentioned, autism is often characterized and identified with a correlation of below average IQ. There are many students who may have some academic and educational impairments or behavior impairments because of autism, but at the same time, there may be some who are extremely intelligent and are higher functioning in one or the other because they are autistic. Another interesting fact I have found related to ASD is that due to it being a spectrum disorder, each child who may be diagnosed with it will have different challenges, skills, and needs. It is important to factor in that there is no pinpoint or quote-unquote cure for ASD. There are many interventions that can help children depending on their level of the spectrum, their skills, challenges, and needs. One strategy and method to incorporate while working with and teaching students with autism is providing and encouraging a calm and positive environment. This provides ease and better focus for the student so they can concentrate and really dig deep into the activity, lesson, and material. This provides encouragement and positive reinforcement, as well as a calm and easy environment for them to not be so overstimulated or overwhelmed. Another strategy or method that is good to incorporate is avoiding that sensory overload. Students who are autistic can be easily distracted at times and may even be distracted unexpectedly by other sensory objects such as smells, sights, sounds, etc. Reducing this in your classroom and using soft collars and not overloading sensory provides the students with better concentration. And of course, the third option for teaching autistic students and using methods or strategies that would be helpful is directly teaching social skills. As previously mentioned, one of the common symptoms or signals for a student who is autistic is the social and communication interaction. Directly working with and applying social skills will help by modeling and discussing appropriate behavior so students can improve these skills.